Good morning, everybody. So today is Tuesday. Yay. Closer to Friday already. So I read Psalm 6. It was really good. I say that every day, so whatever. I liked all the verses. I pretty much say that every day. Psalms is like awesome. Like, it's probably like the best book of the Bible, right? I don't know. Every book is probably the best book. So anyway, 6 through 9 is the verses that I wrote down. It says, I'm worn out from groaning. All night long I flood my bed with weeping and drench my couch with tears. My eyes grow weak with sorrow. They fail because of all my foes. Away from me, all you who do evil, for the Lord has heard my weeping. The Lord has heard my cry for mercy. The Lord accepts my prayer. So today might be a sad one, I think. First question, it says, have you ever worried about your health, prayed for healing and not received it, or been sick with grief? Yes, of course. If you've lived any amount of time on the face of this earth, you have. Like, there's just grief, there's just sadness, there's just situations, crappy stuff that happens to us. It's just the way it is, you know? Of course, there's always the good things happen, happy times. I mean, there's a flip side of that too. And I put, baby girl, I think that's like the biggest situation, and then the situations of everything that happened to me all at once. Those were probably the two worst times I think of my life. I want to say there's some other things, but yeah. So what in your life makes you cry out, how long, oh Lord? And I just put things in this world, things I don't think that are fair, things that are happening, things that, in my opinion, aren't good. I mean, like all the earthquakes and the hurricanes, and just the, is it a state? I don't know what you call Puerto Rico. Whatever Puerto Rico is considered. It's part of the U.S., but I don't think we consider it a state. I don't know, whatever it is. The things and the people that are going through there. I mean, like even when the flood happened here, I mean, things happen. And like when it all happens all at once, the news, the media's on it, and then after a couple days it dies down and goes away as far as media and people reporting and stuff. But that doesn't mean that the situation has been resolved. Wow, I'm looking at people walking into work. Sorry, because today's Halloween. Anyways, what was I saying? Wow, that threw me off. She had devil horns. The devil just threw me off. So, anyways, sorry about that. So, yeah, just things like that in life. Things that happen to people that I don't think are fair. Baby girl getting taken away. I don't think it's fair. I'm not God. Like, I don't see everything. I mean, that's the only way that can help me make it through it. Things happen to people that aren't right. You know what I'm saying? Things happen to good people. It's not right. Good people pass away, and it seems like evil people still live. I don't know what's right or wrong. You know what I'm saying? If they're with God, I guess it's better for them than being here. I don't know. There's just so many things. Excuse me. I'm still sick. That happen that I just don't get. Next question. Why is God waiting? Why is God waiting to fix all this bad stuff or things that we consider bad? I don't know. Like, we can sit here and stipulate and make up a bunch of reasons. Honestly, though, you and I don't know. Like, we don't know. I mean, is it consequences of sin, certain things? Is it just because there's evil in the world, certain things? I don't know. God has his reasons for everything he does, and he has multiple reasons for them, What was I don't know. I thought of a bunch of scriptures, so I'm going to go through the scriptures about sorrow, weeping, tears, just being sad, whatever, things happening in life and you're down. So Psalm 35, the second half. Actually, I'll read the whole thing because it seemed weird that these two were combined, because I always know those verses. Weeping may endure for a night, but joy comes in the morning. Well, I thought that was the verse, like that was it. But actually there's a part before it, which why these two are combined, I don't understand. It says, for his anger endureth but a moment. In his favor is life. Then it says, weeping may endure for a night, but joy comes in the morning. Sorry, my throat is killing me. And then 2 Corinthians I have to take another drink of water. 1, I'm going to get through this. Chapter 1, 3 through 5. It says, God of all comfort, who comforts us in our affliction, so that we may be able to comfort those who are in any affliction, with the comfort with which we ourselves are comforted by God. Psalm 56:8. You keep track of all my sorrows. You have collected all my tears in your bottle. You have recorded each one in your book. But he counts our tears. I may not understand why certain things happen. Jesus, help my throat and my voice. I may not understand why certain things happen. Why we have to go through bad stuff. Why we have to go through things that make us cry. Why we have to, have deep sorrow. I don't understand it. But I do know that God cares for us. You know what I'm saying? These verses that I read, that God comforts us so that we can comfort others. You know what I'm saying? And he keeps track of every tear we shed. You know what I'm saying? And I joke and I be funny and I say, my tears must have created one of the oceans, because I feel like I've cried so many tears in my life. But I thought of this verse, the last verse. It says, John 11:35. It says, Jesus wept. Okay, that verse, to give you context, is when Lazarus passed away, Mary and Martha's brother. And it says Jesus wept. And the thing that I thought about this morning was that God knew, Jesus knew he was going to bring him back to life. You know what I'm saying? So why would he sit there and cry if he knew he was going to bring him back to life? Like, yes, he may have been dead, so to speak, but he was going to bring him back to life. So why would he sit there and cry about it? And I think it's because he had compassion on Mary and Martha, because, they loved him so much, and he was showing, hey, I'm here for you. And there's a scripture that talks about, Christians, how we're supposed to be there for each other, whether we're happy, whether we're crying. Like, you're supposed to cry with them. I don't have it memorized, but I know it's talking about when someone else is a Christian, they're crying, you cry with them, and that's just what I thought of. Like, he knew, you know what I'm saying? Why cry if you know the end result? Why cry? You know what I'm saying? Like, if you already know, if this person is dead and you know this person is going to be alive again, why cry? Because you already know the end result. But I think he did it, to comfort them and be with them and saying, you know what? Hey, I'm here for you. Like, I feel your tears. I feel your pain. Like, I know it, Oh, wow, I'm going to start crying. Sorry, I hate crying in these videos. But I think of a time that my son, my youngest son, he almost died. He's 2. He almost died. And God, God had mercy on me. Like, literally he did, because he gave me a dream that day that it happened, that my son was going to die, but that he saved him, and that he came back to life. Now, if you know me, I'm a crier, right? I'm so emotional. Like, if you're crying, I'm going to cry with you, just because that's me, because I feel your pain. You know what I'm saying? Like Jesus did. Like, that's just how he made me. And so, like, I cry at everything. I cry when I'm happy. I cry when I'm sad. I cry when I get mad enough. Anything. You know what I'm saying? So, for me not to cry when I'm going to lose my last baby, was a miracle. I didn't shed a tear. You know what I'm saying? Because I knew that God had told me he was going to save him. So, God had mercy on me that day. Thank God for that, because, like, I sit here and cry about it now, but I had to keep it together for me, and he did that for me. Like, he gave me that dream, and he let me know, like, he's not gonna die. I am gonna bring him back, and that is awesome. So why cry? You know what I'm saying? It's the thing. Not why are you crying because it's normal, because you don't know the end result per se. You know what I'm saying? Excuse me. God. So what I wrote after the Jesus wept scripture was, I knew he knew he was going to bring him back to life, but he still wept. That's what I said. Already, just like in our life, he knows what's going to happen. He's there for us even if we don't see it, is what I put. He is there for us even if we don't see it, in our tears, in our crying, in everything. And lastly, I put, ask God to open your eyes to see it. And I've always thought that I'm not a selfish person, but I've come to realize, like, I think that I am a selfish person. I think all of us are. Like, we're so full of ourselves, so concerned about ourselves. and we're not concerned about, not that we're not concerned about others, but we're more concerned about ourselves and our feelings, our emotions, how we're affected by things, than everyone else. Because like I sit there and think about, why did you take baby girl from me? Like, I'd rather have you, as opposed to me going through this pain, I would have rather have you have not given me her at all than to go through the pain that I go through now. You know, there's certain times where certain things just trigger me and I'll start crying. If I see a little girl about the age when I got her, like, I just start crying. I don't know why. Like, I just do, because it bothers me, because I miss her. Wow. Okay. And I do have an opportunity to still talk to her and stuff. I haven't taken it yet because I just don't think mentally I'm not there. I don't know how I'm going to handle it. So I hope that God will get me there, that I could handle it so I could still see her. I don't know. I don't know if I can see her situation and still see her and be able to cope with it and handle it. So anyways, with that said, I'll give you an example. Why did I write this example down? Not quite sure. Because I'll sit there, I guess, and think of things that happen. And I'm like, why? Like, God, my entire light came on yesterday. And I think it's just my car's like really, really, really sensitive. The sensor is really sensitive because it always does it when it gets cold. When it first gets cold, it does it. When it first gets really hot, it does it. And I was like, you know what? I am not lying. I drove all the way to work. Probably wasn't a good idea. I don't know. Because something could have really seriously been wrong. But I drove all the way to work. And then I drove home and I was like, you know what? I might need to take it and get the guys to put some air in it. You know, like at the shop. At the auto body shop. Whatever you call the stupid things. Can I do it myself? Yes, I guess my brother-in-law showed me how to do it. I don't know, whatever. Anyways, I can hurry up and get to work. But my point is, I hate the fact that when my tire light comes on, because it's an inconvenience for me. It makes me freak out. Like, I need to do 5 down the interstate because something might happen, you know, because if I don't have time to stop and have them get air in it for me. So I felt like I should stop, excuse me, and get air. And so I did. And they were really busy. And I was just like, hey, you know, can you just put air in it for me? The light came on. It does this. You know, I think it's nothing, but can you just do it for me? And he did it for me, you know. And then he checked every tire. He's like, let me just check every tire for you. I was like, okay, thank you. So when I left, God told me something. He said one word. And I was like, what? I was like, oh my God, no, if I do this, like, I'm going to feel extremely crazy, you know. But I walked over to another place. I got it, did it, brought it back. And I'm thinking the whole time, these people are going to think I'm nuts. Like, they are going to think I'm nuts. God, why are you telling me to do this? Why am I sharing this story? I'm not sure. I had this in my head earlier this morning. Don't know why. Sorry. I guess it's just we don't know about the reasons for things, you know, even the sorrows we go through, we don't know why things happen. We don't know, you know what I'm saying? We don't understand it, but we have to believe that God is there for us. Point being, I brought something back for them. And I said, you know, here you go. I said, I just went and got it. I said, I just want to say thank you. You guys always help me, you know, when my tire light comes on. I just want to thank you for it, you know. And point being, we don't know why certain stuff happens. But certain stuff happens and makes us do certain things. You know what I'm saying? Like, XYZ might have happened to you. And, you know, God brought you through because, like that verse I shared in 2 Corinthians, God comforted you. And so now someone else might be going through the thing that you went through. And it says in that verse, so that we can help that person, so we can comfort them. So God can use us as a vessel to comfort those people when they're going through, you know. I don't understand things. I don't. Excuse me. I'm sorry. And I'm totally running out of time. I'm out of time, actually. But I don't understand things. But just know that above all, God cares for us, even in the bad times. He counts your tears. Like, he knows what you're going through. Everything that we've gone through, it said that he went through on that cross for us. Everything that we felt, everything that we go through, he's gone through for us, you know? So just be encouraged that God is there. He loves you. I don't understand why. You know, there's a time for mourning. Ecclesiastes talks about it. You know, there's a time for mourning. So, you know what? Just go through it. God is going to comfort you. God is going to be there for you. He keeps track of all your tears. He's there for you. What? He is there for you. Just open your eyes and just help him show you how he's there for you. And I'm going to peace out because I'm going to run out of time. You guys have a fabulous day, and I'm praying for y'all. Bye.